We're back here on the Riverhawks Media Network. Diallo gets the ball, heads left, heads to the right. He breaks a couple of tackles, and he could go. He's to the 20, to the 10. Could go all the way for a Boonies Riverhawks touchdown.
Man, I'm hungry.
And what's this, folks? Change of events as Diallo's off the field. Looks like he's on Iowa Avenue in Muscatine. I think he said something about being hungry. He crosses the street. He jumps the curb. Oh, look no further. He's at Boonies on the Avenue. Let's head inside.
What's a pizza?
That is an MVP play, and you could be the MVP of your team at home by heading to Boonies on the Avenue in Muscatine. A family restaurant with over 27 big screen TVs, daily food and drink specials to cater the needs of any sports fan, from a rookie to a Hall of Famer. Looking for a night out or a place to watch the big game? Look no further than Boonies on the Avenue, located at 214 Iowa Avenue in Muscatine, or by phone at 563-263-0626. Boonies on the Avenue, proud sponsors of Muscatine Riverhawks football. If you are looking for a place for fellowship and worship with great people, look no further than River City Church, welcoming those from all walks of life and faith with 2 Sunday services at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. in Moline and 10 a.m. in Milan. More information can be provided by calling 309-764-5685 or 309-558-0065. River City Church, proud sponsors of the Muscatine River. If you're in the mood for some new ink, look no further than Pearl City Tattoo. Bill Kaufman opened Pearl City Tattoo in 2005 and has grown to be the most recommended tattoo shop in Muscatine, believing that every customer deserves the best experience possible, and they set the standard for communication, prompt scheduling, and transparent pricing. If you have questions, you can reach out to Bill on Facebook and Instagram or contact them at 563-263-7001. Proud sponsors of Muscatine.
The following broadcast is a production of the Riverhawks Media Network and is property of the Muscatine Riverhawks. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of Muscatine Riverhawks football is strictly prohibited.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Riverhawks Weekly. I am play-by-play announcer Tyler Bean alongside my partner in crime, color commentator Jake Landry. Jake, how we doing today?
I'm good. You know, it's my favorite day of the week because we get to talk some football.
That's right. It is week 1 in the Mid-American 8-Man Football League, and the Riverhawks are on the road in Burlington, taking on the Express in opening day action. I can tell you what, from the last 2 podcasts we've done, this is episode 3. Things are finally starting to gear up. Teams are in full swing in practices, and pads are popping, and coaches are screaming. Well, hopefully not too much on the Riverhawks side, but, you know, that's just the most exciting thing about this league is opening day. Every team, including the Riverhawks, has a clean slate from last year. Teams making moves, getting free agents, bringing players back. Pieces are moving. It looks like COVID's going to be on the back burner, at least we hope, and what we've seen so far. So I'm just ready to get the season popping. I don't know about you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm super excited to see what's going to happen. The big thing for the Riverhawks is going to be you got to come out to this first game and set the tone for the rest of the season. Obviously, there's going to be some issues when it comes to, I guess, patience on the front line, patience with the coaches, because it's week 1 for everybody. There's going to be pregame jitters. Referees are going to miss some calls because it's week 1 for them too. Everybody is starting fresh, especially with the wild offseason we've had with the weather and, of course, COVID. But like I said, fresh start. Can't wait to see what happens.
Well, I'm right there with you. And if it's something that I've seen from the Riverhawks this year so far, they've been practicing over the weekends in great weather-like conditions. You would certainly hope that those transfer over to the schedule. And now might be a good time for us to yet again give you the schedule for the 2021 season in the Riverhawks campaign and quest to a championship. Obviously, all games are slated for a 2 o'clock start. They will be right here on the Riverhawks Media Network with myself and Jake giving you the call. April 11th, Burlington Express. April 18th, they get their home opener against the Midwest Hawks, who were in the MAAFL Championship last year. The following week, the big week. Circle it on your schedules. They're taking on the champion Peoria Punishers, and then a rivalry renewed beginning May 16th at 2 p.m. against the Quad City Nighthawks. And then three road games to take us the rest of the way. The 23rd, they take on the Timberwolves. The 30th, they got the Central State Savages in Springfield. And then June 13th, they finish off the 2021 campaign, hopefully with a top seed, hopefully heading into the playoffs against MST. I know we've talked about this over the last couple of shows, but I got to tell you, that April 25th matchup against Peoria is the one that I'm really chomping at the bit, along with the May 16th game against the Quad City Nighthawks. I'm just ready to call some football. I don't know about you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm just I haven't had the chance to officially get to see this league, and week one action just can't come soon enough. We've been talking about that for the last 2 or 3 podcasts, so I'm just really excited to get out there. I'm especially excited to see this rivalry game coming up with the Midwest Hawks, because I got a chance to really research that rivalry, and I can't wait to see that game, because rivalry games are honestly the most fun to watch.
Well, every game, I'll tell you, in the MAAFL is super fun to watch, and we're excited to bring you those here on the Riverhawks Media Network. And I can tell you this, I've been a coach in this league. I've seen what it takes to put a championship team together, what it takes to go deep into the postseason, and you have to know that Eric Johnson and the Riverhawks coaching staff is doing everything possible over these weekends with great weather to do everything possible to bring a good game plan, bring a good scheme, and bring talented players onto this roster, 2 of which we're going to talk to you guys here in just a few short minutes. One thing that I want to focus on, and maybe this is something that you caught in the podcast with offensive coordinator Martin Barnhart and special teams coordinator Alan O'Toole. You can just see the fire that they're bringing to their, not only the staff, but to the team as well. And something that I wanted to focus on. Do you see that in them? Because I certainly do.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they were. You could tell they are ready for this season to start. They're just. I think they're growing a little, impatient with, like, okay, let's get this going. So you like to see that in your coaching staff, but also I had the chance to go watch them at practice, and those coaches were so involved, so ready, and so were the players. And you really like to see that from a spectator point of view, because you know that come kickoff on April 11th, they're going to be fired up, and they're going to be laying down some hard hits, and hopefully we're going to see some fireworks.
And obviously we're here week one getting ready against to take on our upcoming opponent, Burlington. There's obviously a quarterback, a quarterback battle, going on. What are you looking for in these 2 quarterbacks? Do you think that they're going to, maybe get both some repetitions? Do you think one's going to go ahead of the other? Is it more advantageous, do you think, to have both of them in the lineup and to get some different looks? In my opinion, you got a lefty and a righty. Obviously, there's no film week one, something to keep in mind. And I would be interested to see if maybe both guys get reps, maybe both guys get some looks against a Burlington team that's a building program, a team that won some games last year and is hungry to get some this year.
Well, if I'm Zach Taylor and Kyle Franklin, what I'm looking to do is just be prepared. Whoever comes out there first, he's going to have the duty of the on-field general for that first drive. That's going to set the tone for not just this game, the entire season. So that's a big responsibility to have. However, no matter who comes out, the next man up has to be prepared. You never know what's going to happen. God forbid there's an injury. God forbid, it's just you start out with a rough connection with your receivers. Nothing seems to click. The next man just has to be ready to go, and all the rest of the team has to be ready for that adjustment as well. Not just both quarterbacks, but either way, I think they're going to be fine. Both of them are getting reps in practice. Whoever needs to be out there will be out there ready to go.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And you talked about it. Injuries. I mean, a lot of these guys are, not necessarily old. I don't want to put that mark on them, but you're not in high school. You might not necessarily be in college. You're in the mid to late 20s, maybe early 30s. Taking care of your bodies during a long season will be important as well, and something to watch out for. Here's one more question that I wanted to ask you, Jake, before we cut to commercial and thank our sponsors. And really, this is not necessarily a hard way for me to put it, but I just want to frame it in the right mindset. What do you think is going to be the key to the Riverhawks making a deep championship run? We saw them last year get just close there against Peoria in the semifinals to get to the championship game. This is a team that 2 years ago hoisted the crown as the 2018 MAAFL champions. What's it going to take for this team to put that next best foot forward and to raise that trophy there in July?
Well, honestly, this could go for any sports team out there. Discipline. Every single week, they need to come out and do better than they did last week, no matter how good they did. They could come out and play a near perfect game, and that's not perfect enough. Next week, you got to come out and play a perfect game. So discipline, especially in a league like this, where organization is, not always reliable. You come out, you play discipline, you make less mistakes, and you do your assignment. Play assignment football, get the job done, move on to next week. That's what it's going to take to build a championship team this year.
Whew. Riveting, my man. You got chills going up and down my spine. Let's take a quick break, thank our sponsors, and we'll bring you an interview with a couple of guys on each side of the ball that are gearing to rev up this 2021 championship run, and it's all coming right here on the Riverhawks Media Network.
Holler's Bar and Grill. Food to drool over and entertainment to make you dance. This is what you would imagine in a Quad Cities bar, and Holler's Bar and Grill is just the place to have it. Serving happy hour every day from 3 to 5 p.m. with daily drink and food specials. They also deliver. Contact them at 309-277-9028. Holler's Bar and Grill, proud sponsors of Muscatine Riverhawks football.
If you're in the Davenport area, check out the Dam View. Welcome to your favorite dive bar tucked away downtown. They host a wide range of beers, many of which are local, as well as daily specials, good service, and a large patio. Contact them at 563-324-4434. Proud supporters of the Muscatine Riverhawks.
Have some critters bugging you and your home team or business? Call The Bugman, the top quality pest control service in Muscatine. Services include tackling ants, bed bugs, bees, cockroaches, fleas or mites, hornets, wasps, home inspections, and so much more. Give them a call at 563-554-2847. The Bugman, proud sponsor of the Muscatine Riverhawks. And we are back here on the Riverhawks Media Network, Riverhawks Weekly, Episode 3. Got two fine gentlemen here taking the time to speak with us today, linebackers Shea Mundine and offensive lineman Bobby Smith. Guys, thanks for taking the time to come talk to us today.
Thanks for having us.
Now, Shea, I'll start with you. Last year, only played one game, the semifinal game against the Peoria Punishers in the semifinal game. Due to your deployment in South Korea, how does it feel to be back? Are you excited to be back in that Riverhawks gold and you ready to go?
Yeah, definitely. That year off, I still kept in contact, so I was able to keep track of the team a little bit and then able to play in the playoffs, and now getting into a full season with a full off season, ready to rock and roll.
Now, were you able to, anyone shooting live videos for you to keep in track of the games, or just getting score updates from Sam and Kyle, or how did that go?
Sometimes I'd actually FaceTime either Eric or Sam and I would talk to Tyler while watching the game and stuff like that, just so I can still be part of the team. Yeah.
Coaching guys up from the other side of the world, giving them pointers, making sure they know what they got to do.
Yes, sir.
Right on you.
All right, Bobby, we'll take this one to you. A man with a lot of experience in this league. So we'll go ahead and start with this one. So 7 years in the league, correct?
Correct.
All right, so since you're so experienced, what do you do to fire up your front line and your team? What is your secret there?
We're a pretty close-knit group, so we know when it's time to go, and we just, we get together as a team, and we know it starts up front with us, so we got to be fired up and ready to go.
Awesome. A lot of leadership is the big part, of course,
Yep.
for this team, especially in this league, and that this team's just lucky to have somebody like you that knows the ropes of this league for sure.
Now, Shea, this is going to be kind of a fun question I thought about before we started shooting. Number 9 on the field, number 1 in your heart. I love when you give that tagline. Where did that circulate from? Is that just something that came off the top of your head, or?
Kind of, but there was the movie with The Rock back in the day. I can't think of the name of the movie, but he would say number 1 on the field, number 1 in your heart. I kind of stole it, so it's mine now.
I mean, hey, anything to not only pump your guys up, but kind of get under the skin on the guys on the other side of the ball, right?
Just a little bit. Got to do what you got to do.
Got to get them mind games going. Another question I got for you. Obviously, you were a part of the championship team from a few years back. We've made close strides getting there, or close to getting there. What's it going to take this year to get you guys back playing that final game in July?
Again, team over self. That's really what it comes down to. Everybody has to buy into the system, understand that there's 7 other players on the field, and we can all get the job done at one time.
Sure, absolutely. And, we're looking forward to calling it. I know being a former defensive coach on this staff, it's asked that you give everything you got, every snap, every play. So we're looking forward to seeing that.
Bobby, busy fall camp or spring camp, I guess, for you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this first. You're transitioning from guard to center, where I guess if you're not somebody who's familiar with the game, is 2 completely different positions on the offensive line. How have you adjusted to going from, I guess, more of an edge setter to the man who starts the play?
At the beginning of last offseason, I got with Eric and told him I wanted to make the change. So he gave me the green light, so I started working on that. We got the luxury of working with Greg Ford down at Badlands Athletics, and he's been helping get me right. I got the blocking down. It's just the snapping. I've never snapped before in my life. So we've been working pretty hard on that, and I really like being the center and being able to take charge and have that leader role.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Yeah. So I guess my next question, I guess everybody else is wondering this, is how are you adjusting to this QB battle? You're working with 2 QBs right now.
Yes.
How is that going with both of them?
Honestly, it hasn't been that bad so far. We have one that's more outspoken than the other, so working with him and then working with a lefty. They're both great kids. They're both good quarterbacks. So far, so good with them.
Well, we got the chance to talk to them last week. They're also very excited for what this offense has to offer, and I think we all are very excited to see how this offense plays out come week 1.
My partner in crime makes a good segue to my next question for you. Obviously, 2 quarterbacks last year, Tyler Newsome, Nate Rudsell. This year, Zach Taylor, Kyle Franklin. What's it like for the defense to prepare against a lefty and righty quarterback, and then to kind of follow up with that? I mean, you got to feel like you're making them better each and every practice going up against this good defense, right?
Well, during practice, this is going to be the best defense they're going to face all season. I'll just be honest with you, because that's how confident I am in our team. But also, just different play styles. We're going to face righty quarterbacks and lefty quarterbacks, so we have to adjust to different things, their speed, their body size, and the way that the ball spins. It's all different. But making them better is what we need to do.
Absolutely. And then my next question for you, this is your 5th year in the MAAFL. I'm not tagging you under the old category like I did in our first segment of this podcast, because I know, being a military guy, staying in shape and keeping your body right is very important. What things are you doing this offseason, and what do you plan to do this season to get you through all these games and hopefully all the way to the championship game?
Bigger, faster, stronger. So I'm going to maintain the gym, get my cardio up, and hopefully my teammates are doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
Well, kind of feeding off of that question for you, Bobby. A man in the trenches, that's the nastiest part of the field. Many people don't know that's where the biggest battles take place. How are you managing to stay healthy throughout the beginning of the season?
I've been trying to eat better. I've been making sure I stay hydrated. I'm going to my local chiropractor weekly. I know when I was younger, I didn't take it as serious. I didn't do enough stretching. Never stayed hydrated. So that's something big that I've been doing for the past 2 seasons, and so far it's helped me. So
that's good. 7 years in the league, you probably learned some lessons, don't you?
Yeah.
Some hard lessons there.
Now, this Riverhawks defense from last year, not a complete turnover. There's guys coming back, obviously, and suiting up in the gold and black. Any guys in particular that on your radar, outside of yourself, of course, that are going to make some impacts on this defense and hopefully carry us to a championship run?
We have 2 new of our defensive backs, Kyle McKenna and Danny Walters. They're going to come out of nowhere, and it's going to shock some people. I know they played on different teams in the league before, and They played 11-man with different teams with the Quad City Raiders. So
Right.
people know their names, but also the dark side to look out for, honestly, be our corners Drew Whitehorn and Vu.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then my last question for you, Shea, is any personal goals for this 2021 season? I know you said team over self, but obviously padding your own stats can be worthwhile sometimes, right?
I'm not worried about stats.
Not worried?
The only stat I'm worried about is W, to be honest with you.
I like that.
Yeah, you like to hear the leadership, a lot of leadership at this table. So that's, promising to see if you're a fan. Of course, my last question for you, is what are you most excited for this season? Is there a specific game that stands out on the schedule, or is there a specific team you're just ready to,
I'm just ready for the first game. I'm ready to go against someone in a different uniform. There's no specific team that comes to mind that I'm worried about. So I'm ready to get out there with my brothers and go to war with them.
So Burlington Express right now, that's the game
Yep,
you're most
that's
excited.
the
And
first
after
game.
that,
That's what
then
we're worried about
the
first.
next one you're going to be excited for is week 2, and whoever's after that. You kind of like to hear that from everybody on the squad. Of course, you're just anxious to hit somebody in a different color jersey after camp. You're just tired of playing against one another. I definitely remember that from my playing days. So we're excited to see y'all get that frustration out. Lay some hit or lay some boom on some other people.
Well, we're looking forward to calling it. So, Shea and Bobby, thank you so much for taking the time to come speak with us today. Greatly appreciated. Good luck this season, and go Riverhawks, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back after these messages here on the Riverhawks Media Network. Looking to level up your game this offseason or take care of your body midseason for that late season playoff push? Then Badlands Fitness is the place for you. Badlands Fitness is the Quad Cities' choice for elite athletic training for athletes of all ages, all sports, and levels. Contact them at 309-617-6416. Badlands Fitness, proud sponsors of Muscatine Riverhawks football.
Nutrition Outlet. If you are looking to maintain your health or get back in shape, Nutrition Outlet provides a wide variety of products and services, including biometric scanning, organic salon, detox sessions, emotional balancing, and natural health assessments. Contact them at 563-264-8124. Nutrition Outlet, proud sponsors of Muscatine Riverhawks football.
We are back here on the Riverhawks Media Network. Tyler Bean, Jake Landry. Jake, man, I tell you, it was great having Bobby Smith and Shea Mundine here in the studio to talk a little bit about this upcoming season. A couple of leaders that will carry this team hopefully to a championship here in July. Final thoughts on those two and maybe just the season in general.
Well, like you said, it's good to see that they have that leadership down on the front line and on the defense. Between all the interviews we've done between the quarterbacks and those two guys and the coaching staff, it's very comforting to see that they're ready to go. They got leadership on and off the field, and just it seems like everybody is going to be prepared come kickoff, and it's just going to be a fun spectacle to watch this season.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it earlier in the show. Practice is well underway here on the weekends for the Riverhawks, and the weather has been accommodating and great for Eric Johnson and company. And just something I want to point into, especially on the defensive side of the ball, I've coached Shea Mundine. I know the player he is. I know the man he is. The team over self aspect, he is going to hammer home to not just the defensive unit, but the team as a whole. And make no mistake about it, the Riverhawks have had a good portion of turnover both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. We've talked about it in previous shows. This team, all gas, no brakes. Not one thing, not one change on this team is going to slow them down. And it's something to look forward to this season. And it's something to look forward to all season here on the Riverhawks Media Network as we bring every single game on the schedule to you. And let's go over that just one more time. Obviously, week 1 this week, the Riverhawks on the road in Burlington to open up the 2021 campaign. At home for 3 straight weeks on the 18th of April against the Midwest Hawks, taking on the defending champion Peoria Punishers on the 25th. A rivalry renewed. I'm going to keep saying that and hammering it home on the 16th of May, taking on the Quad City Nighthawks. And then the final 3 games of the year all on the road. At the Timberwolves, at the Savages, at the Thunderbirds to finish it off. And hopefully the start there on June 13th of a long playoff championship run. I cannot wait to get it started. But to end this show, you got to look 1 week at a time. Let's quickly preview week 1, Riverhawks Express in Burlington. Any thoughts you got?
Well, obviously we discussed this off camera, but it's Burlington, respectable opponent, rebuilding, looking to make a name for themselves. Here's a good thing about week 1 for every team in this league. It's a clean slate. This is your chance to start something new, to start something great. Really doesn't matter if you're a Riverhawk or you're the Express or whoever. Both teams are looking to make a big statement here. And week 1 is always that opportunity to set the tone for your team, start out strong, and just really it's going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes, who is the better prepared team, and we will get to see that come week 1 all around the league, but I'm excited to see it out in Burlington come April 11th.
Well, that makes 2 of us. And one thing I want to note with the Burlington Express, I've coached against a lot of these guys. I've coached with a lot of these guys. Make no mistake about it. This is not a rebuilding program. This is a program that's looking to make a name for themselves week 1. They will come ready. They will come hungry. They will come fierce. And that's just the first of what will be many challenges for Eric Johnson and the rest of this Riverhawks team to put a complete game together. One thing the Riverhawks will have going for them is that it's an April game and not a February game of what we experienced a couple of years ago. I was a coach on that staff. Very cold, wet, muddy type of atmosphere that, gave Burlington a little bit of the advantage early on. Fingers crossed, hopefully we're not in those elements week 1. But nevertheless, it's going to be a great challenge and a great game between 2 fierce teams that are looking to go 1-0. And like you said, Jake, it is just the first game of what will be many this year for both teams. Hopefully everyone comes hungry and ready to compete. Hopefully everyone stays healthy. And hopefully you and I, it's going to be a first for us on the broadcast.
Yes, it is.
A first in the MA8FL. No other team is doing what the Riverhawks have done, and this is just the first media network, the first broadcasting team to bring the game to you, the viewers. So we hope you enjoy. We hope we have a good time. I'm sure we will. And we're going to be bringing all that to you. So for my partner, Jake Landry, I'm Tyler Bean. This is Riverhawks Weekly. We will see you in Burlington, week 1. Express, Riverhawks, right here on the Riverhawks Media Network. The Quad City Insulators. With over a decade in home comfort, the Quad City Insulators exist to serve the needs of their homeowners, architects, farmers, and business owners. The amount of money that is wasted due to heating and cooling loss has created a strong demand for not only their superior products, but superior workmanship. They can be contacted at 309-373-0505 and are proud sponsors of the Muscatine River. All-American Diner, the leading restaurant serving Muscatine County and surrounding areas since 2020, serving breakfast all day as well as lunch and dinner. They offer a fish fry every Friday and a buffet on the weekends. For your next meal, visit All-American Diner in Muscatine or call for more information at 563-263-2224. All-American Diner, proud sponsors of Muscatine Riverhawks football.
To keep up with everything Muscatine Riverhawks, follow us on all social media platforms to see everything behind the scenes, weekly podcasts, and of course, our live streams of games every Sunday. You can follow us on Facebook at Muscatine Riverhawks Media Network, on Instagram at Muscatine Riverhawks, Twitter at Riverhawks_MN. You can follow us on YouTube at Muscatine Riverhawks Media Network, and then you can follow us on Snapchat at Riverhawks 2017.
This is the portion of our broadcast where you can see your ad in our next upcoming podcast or live stream game. The Muscatine Riverhawks provide a wide variety of sponsorship packages to cater the needs of your business. More information on these packages can be provided to you from Kyle Bass or Eric Johnson, and their contact information is 563-299-8334 or 309-721-5560. We look forward to your support this season, and as always, go Riverhawks. If you are looking for signs for your team or business, look no further than High Tech Signs and Apparel, a state-of-the-art, full-service sign shop. And from the clean and modern off-light shop to the latest technology in designing and producing signs, High Tech Signs has a sales staff of over 25 years experience to cater your every need. Services include large format digital printing, interior signage, exterior signage, vehicle solutions, and apparel. When it comes to solving the sign problems, the solution is High Tech Signs and Apparel. Located at 3359 Middle Road, Suite 2 in Bettendorf, you can call them with any of your questions at 563-449-9400. High Tech Signs and Apparel, proud sponsors of Muscatine Riverhawks football. The Riverhawks Media Network is looking forward to bringing you, the fans, nonstop football action here this 2021 season. But we are also excited to bring you a way to get involved in the action and support a great cause all season long. The Muscatine Riverhawks, in partnership with the Riverhawks Media Network, are proud to bring the season-long donations with our partners of the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Eastern Iowa and Western Illinois. The Riverhawks have committed to donating as a team every time the defense gets a sack, turnover, touchdown, or safety. We are asking you, the fans, to get involved in this great organization that assists families with sick children stay close to each other and provide care and resources when they need it most. So while you support the team on the field, come support our team in donating to this great cause. More information can be provided across all of our social media platforms or by visiting gf.me/u/ZPNWMM. Thank you, the fans, for all the support you've given the Muscatine Riverhawks over the last 5 years. It is officially week 1 in the MAFL, and your Riverhawks take to the road for a week 1 battle in Burlington, taking on the Express. Coverage starts around 1 p.m. on Sunday the 11th with the re-airing of this podcast, the podcast you're watching right now, and then followed by the pregame show presented by the Quad City Insulators. Kickoff at 2 p.m. Community Fields, 2712 Mount Pleasant Street, Burlington, Iowa. We've got football, ladies and gentlemen. Riverhawks Express this Sunday right here on the Riverhawks Media Network.